Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. Nifty move. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll start on the ground with Irvin. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Mayfield to throw it. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Irvin. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second down at the Falcons' 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 4. Once again, it's Irvin. Down to the 25. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
14-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Looking to put a drive together. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. There to drop him behind the line was Logan Hall. Great effort.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
They'll throw with Penix. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Penix. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Able to fight through one tackle. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Penix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And looking to throw, Penix. That is caught. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons.
1st down, Atlanta.
To the air, Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll go play action here with Penix. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Option play. Here's Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Penix. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because
picked off by A.J. Terrell. Now he's loose down the left sideline. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Anthony Walker up behind the line and finishing that play off. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Eluding the pressure right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And This offense on third down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
2nd and 5. Locates Mooney on the out route. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll look to throw here. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to get in that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Open man is Ibuka.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Mayfield now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard
Play action now. Here's Mayfield.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Throwing, Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. Picked up by Divine Diablo.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They go play action. Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
At the 40-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Irving.
Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
180. Point it right.
To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
McLaughlin on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and the deficit will hold pat at 13.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
And they work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number one. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Levante David.
And the Bucs are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Now Mayfield. Hearing this one out for Evans. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Final play of the half, Mayfield. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson.
And some room to run now.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson.
51 yards.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Oh, what a move.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half, Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good. For the Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mayfield with it once more. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
That's another Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
That'll give Irving running right.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
180.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 16.
14 yards.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
180.
Mayfield off the play fake. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To the air, Bennett. This pass is caught by London.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Robinson up the middle. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 72 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now Penix. That one deep for London.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
That's good for a first down.
Mayfield.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Mayfield.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10.
At their own 23-yard
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking to throw, Penix.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hitting London, coming across the field.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll run. This is Urban.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Back to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Agnew now to return. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right down the brink, aren't they?
A game there of 30 big ones. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And looking to throw, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
To throw again is Penix.
Over the middle, that's caught by McClellan. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Getting to it for the loss there, that's Kalijah Cansey.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
He'll keep it himself.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Michael Penix.
14 yards.
And the Falcons are able to widen their advantage. Koo now for the point after.
And the lead is now 24. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalposts, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Open man is Ibuka.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's good for a Tampa Bay. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another first down.
That's another Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Run up the middle with Irving. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Good for a Buccaneers first down.
Irving is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal.
Here's a handoff to Irving.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
This likely a must-have, third and goal.
Mayfield down. This will be caught at about the 6. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal.
Completed pass brings up a fourth down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, fourth quarter, you're going. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on fourth and goal at the 1. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
All to give. Here's Robinson.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room.